All right. So in this video today, we're going to be covering some charts from crypto markets, from some charts from US stock market and some charts from the Indian stock market. If you guys like the content, subscribe to the channel and also check out my one-on-one mentorship program at tradingbyprateek.com. Let's go ahead and jump in. Starting with the crypto markets, we'll cover the top 3 or 4 projects coins here. We'll start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the monthly chart continues to have this bullish divergence with RSI. On the monthly chart, RSI continues to have this lower low while Bitcoin continues to have a higher low. So there is still a chance of a bounce. I'm not sure divergences necessarily lead to reversals, but they definitely hint a good bounce. So a bounce should be around the corner. The month of December candle is still under development, and at the moment it looks like a doji, but let's see. There are 10 days to go. There's a lot that can happen in 10 days. And yeah, so this range from last week continues to play out, and let's see whether it resolves breaking to the downside or whether it breaks this trend line and has some serious price action going upwards. Similarly for Ethereum is rather looking weak, although still playing in the last week's range, pretty much the same range that we covered last week. So there's nothing new here, although I still think that this trend line might be tested for Ethereum. While if I look at Ethereum BTC, then it is definitely at this support. So this red candle support, this is still holding, and let's see if it can resolve upwards and can give Ethereum USD also a good bounce. XRP is looking rather weak, although it had a bounce yesterday and it is bouncing from these wicks. Uh, but overall, it's looking like a complete breakdown. However, not that when a coin has to break down, then it has to go down in one straight line. There can always be bounces. On the weekly, if you see, there is still hope. There is still hope. This is XRP against Bitcoin. Okay. Similarly, Ethereum against Bitcoin is also on a support. Similarly, XRP against Bitcoin is also on a support. It has not broken this support yet. It is playing out in this range. Let's see, in last next couple of months, how does this play out? If it gives us a fantastic setup, I'll call it out on the channel. But this is how these coins look at this point of time, at support against Bitcoin, looking weak on their USD pairs, have more room to go down, but of course can bounce. They do not necessarily have to go down in a straight line. Now, there are a couple of interesting coins that are poised well, and there's a lot of noise around them. Let's start with BCH, which is Bitcoin Cash. Now, Bitcoin Cash is a coin which is very interestingly poised. If we look at it, see what I'm trying to hint towards is that this is a OBV, which is on balance volume. It hints buying pressure. Now, if Bitcoin Cash can close this weekly candle above the candle of 1st December week, if it can break this channel and close above by tomorrow EOD, then we have a chance here. We have a chance that this might test the previous all-time high at 685, and maybe even go beyond, because quite honestly, the buying pressure, I can see the buying pressure. The price action is all right, and so is the buying pressure. Look at this OBV going. This OBV is, which is on balance volume, this is going parabolic. So continuously making higher highs, higher lows, and this is going parabolic. So that gives me some hope that there is actual buying pressure behind Bitcoin Cash, and the price action is also all right. Now, talking about another talked about coin, which is Monero. The price action, although, is quite all right. However, there is a bearish divergence against RSI if we look at, whereas this is making a higher high here. On RSI, this is making a lower high here. Just to point that out. Here it is making a lower high. So this is definitely a bearish divergence. So at best, what it can do is possibly test the previous all-time high. The previous all-time high weekly closure was at 482. The coin is currently at 445, but I don't see it going too much higher here. There is a second reason for my thought here, that OBV, which is um, buying pressure through volume, if we analyze it, I don't see it making higher highs, higher lows. It is rather moving in a downward channel. So unless I see some good price action backed by volume, I don't necessarily count on that upward move. Price can move upwards without volume, but it cannot sustain upwards without volume. Now, talking about some traditional charts from traditional markets. From the US market, there is one specific chart that I want to talk about. This is the chart of Intuitive Machines. The ticker is LUNR, Lunar. I think they are the front runner contender to win a project from NASA for a lunar trading vehicle contract. So, and this chart, the way it is looking, I think it is poised for a fantastic upward movement. The chart on the way it is currently poised on the weekly time frame, that's very good. And the Friday move that this chart gave was about a fantastic 37% move. Um, so as long as this chart maintains this low from the previous week, this low, if it maintains, I continue to stay bullish on this chart. And if we actually look at it, it has a huge room to go upwards. If you look at the larger picture of the chart, it has a huge room to go upwards. But then I'm not saying that this is going to be a multi-bagger, but I can definitely think that this high can be tested from the January of 2025, which is $22-23. Currently it is at $14.94, so less than $15. So I definitely see that 25-30% move. And you never know, you can, if you got some strategy to trail price for a stop loss, then you might as well have a bigger bag, bigger win case here. So this was a chart from the traditional US stock market that I wanted to present and talk about. Then there is another one that I want to talk about, which is from the Indian stock markets. There is one chart which is showing a very strong reversal, and it is the chart of Infobeans Technologies. This chart to me looks to have broken out, and if till the time it is maintaining this low, I continue to stay bullish on this chart. uh, Clearly it is about to test its all-time high of about $874, 874 rupees. It is currently at 766, so that's quite a likely scenario. But till the time this continues to maintain this low from September, October, I continue to stay bullish on this chart. It is looking fantastic. It has broken upwards. uh, Other than this, there are three charts that I wanted to talk about, which have broken all-time high, and they are looking good. Midwest, in fact, continues to be breaking all-time high, more of a operator-driven chart. But the one thing that I like is till the time it is maintaining this low of the previous red candle. And if we look at the volume pressure on the OBV, now this is buy pressure. Clearly, the way this OBV is going upward, this is clearly representative of buy pressure. So the price action is good. Volume is backing up the price action. So I continue to stay bullish on this chart till the time it stays above a price level of 3240 on the weekly. If it breaks down, then I'm going to be turning bearish again on this chart. Moving on, the second chart is that of Prime Focus. Prime Focus again has broken all-time high. Let me quickly zoom out to help you understand. In fact, this is a multi-year breakout. It made a high in the year of 2007, approximately at 145 rupees. It retested that high in the year 2018, early part of 2018, January 10th, February. And it failed again and went to test the lows all the way to 22 rupees. But now, here, last year, it again tested, and this time it did get rejected, but it didn't go all the way down. It has this time made a higher low and continued to make higher highs and higher lows thereafter. And even if you look at buying pressure on the OBV, it is at an all-time high. This is a massive buy pressure. If you look at it, this is somebody's institutional interest in, apparently only they can create such volumes on the volume chart. So the price action looks clean and the buying volume looks clean. Till the time it is maintaining this low, it's the price is staying above this low, which is 163, 164 rupees. Maintain a bullish bias on this chart. If it breaks this low, of course, the price action would turn negative and my bias would change. But this appears to be a pretty interesting chart. And the last chart that I want to show today is Titan Company, a pretty popular chart in the Indian stock market. Mr. Jhunjhunwala was a star investor. Now, this chart has been consolidating close to its all-time high since the beginning of 2024, and for last one entire year, it continues to be hanging around the range of 3,800 and about 3,000 rupees. But now it appears that it is ready to break. I mean, in fact, it has broken a new all-time high this past week. And even if you look at the buying pressure in terms of OBV, it is at an all-time high. It continues to trend up continuously. So, in terms of price action, I continue to stay bullish till the time it is maintaining this low of 3,300 rupees. If it stays above this, my stance on this chart remains upwards. If it breaks down, then of course I go bearish on this chart. Price action is good, buying volume is good. This is a likable chart. These were the charts that I wanted to cover in this week's market analysis update. We covered the top charts in crypto market, the one interesting chart in the US stock market, and of course, in case you being an Indian situated in India, if you do not know how to trade stocks in US stock market, you could open up an account at Vested Finance. I have a reference link in the description below of the video. I think it gives you a $5 bonus as well if you use my reference link. So that is the way to access US stocks and some ETFs there. And we also covered some interesting stocks in Indian market, wherein some of them show promise of reversal and some of them have a clean sky upwards, no resistance into all-time high zones, discovery zones. So these were the interesting charts that I wanted to cover this week. If you guys like the content, subscribe to the channel for a continuous inflow of market analysis around Indian stocks, US stocks, and crypto markets. Also, check out my one on one mentorship program at tradingbypratik.com. I'll see you guys next time.